very quickly. As we continue the discussion, actually a while before the start of the forum, I was talking to some friends and I was telling them, I'm not even sure when this is going to happen. So let's leave it at that as a question. Uh, when we talk of development, we of course start with data, and you hit it right there on the nail, sir, when you mentioned statistics. And the current structure of local governments simply prohibit that. In fact, I was even surprised in a what's this public hearing in the House of Representatives. My attention was called that in the Statistics Act, that only nationally generated data are considered official data. And that to me shows some kind of not only disconnect but some sense of, I don't know, mistrust or distrust between the different levels of government. My question, simply starting with mapping and CBMS and all, is whether the national government can actually do it centrally or from the national level. Is it not possible to somehow work together with local government units that the data gathering would be theirs, perhaps even assisting them technically and making sure that they actually have a working database system for starters, and that it can escalate at the regional level. If we're even figuring out a way to do real planning at the regional level. As it is, some groups have been trying to contribute the little they can in this federalism debate, and that the regional governments are seen. Well, the first step at least is to have the regional governments do the planning and require local government units to sort of converge at the regional level so that they're forced to do mapping, the basic data that you need at the regional level. And then you can share some other functions like waste management, traffic management, and so on and so forth. So I don't know whether that will resonate eventually as far as the policymakers are concerned, whether it plays out into the drafting of the Constitution itself or not. As far as the Cordillera is concerned, the one simple contribution is that the problem there is when they're together, and I'm referring to political leaders and I'm speaking from experience. When you meet with them and all the political leaders are sitting in the same table, you don't hear anything negative from them. And then when the plebiscite happens, in between activities leading to the plebiscite, that's when you hear all the negative comments, and you realize when the plebiscite happens, there's only one local government unit that decides to be part of the region. So perhaps there should be some way by which there can be some better understanding between political leaders and different groups. Last, as far as taxation is concerned, I'm not sure if there's any study that really looked into whether there was an increase in number of taxes as they federalized. Perhaps you might want to look at the case of those countries that federalized after establishing their states, not the countries that started off already as federal countries. And I'm inclined to think that there is a possibility of race to the bottom, that perhaps there may be some reason why regional or state governments would want to accommodate more taxpayers and therefore perhaps might be inclined to have lower taxes. I don't know. I'm speaking from a more theoretical point of view.